It's like the fucking Baron all over again. You choose one thing thinking it's right, and next thing you know, fucking half the village is dead. Okay, just the Baron died. But still.
In the guild's name, I beg your assistance, your enlightened highness.
Do I still have my sword on my back?
Without barrels, production will come to a stop, and it will be the end of us.
You lost them all in the fire. These are horrible tidings. Oh, we are most dreadfully saddened.
Yes, your enlightened highness all. Once the beasts had clawed their way into the warehouse, the whole place went up in flames.
I shall dispatch a palace guardsman to examine the site of the blaze. If things are, as you say, fitting compensation shall be paid from the ducal treasury.
Thank you, your enlightened highness. Your Grace, Geralt of Rivia has arrived.
My dear subjects, we come now to our next point of business. Of all the duties which fall upon my shoulders, as the ruler of this dominion, this duty is dearest to my heart. For now, we shall award the Order of Vitis Vinifera, Tuson's highest honor.
Geralt of Rivia, Slayer of the Beast of Beauclair, step forth.
What the fuck was I just doing? Was I just smelling myself?
We bestow the distinction upon the Witcher, who saved Beauclair from the terrible beast.
I feel like this is
Such is
something
our
wrong.
desire.
Hey, I got an achievement. Last action
May the
hero.
symbol serve as a reminder to all that the Witcher shall forever remain a friend of Beauclair.
It's poisoned.
In more familiar terms now, I thank you immensely, Geralt. Damien has your reward for you. After all, it was but a contract.
Thank you.
I have a small surprise for you, in addition. I
5,000.
give you more than a dozen
Perfect.
barrels of Son Real, a wine normally reserved for the ducal table.
5,000. That's it.
The gustatory
At a zero.
experience of a lifetime awaits. Are you content?
Do we tell her? Do we tell her? I have to. She has to know.
I am, and truly grateful, Your Grace. Sadly, I'm afraid I have to sour the mood. It's Sienna. She plotted to have you killed, Duchess. Planned to use Deadloff. You were to be the beast's 5th victim.
She has to know.
This cannot be true. You're mistaken. You must be.
I have proof.
I feel very sad now. You've made me very sad.
I do not believe it.
Can we
In a
not-
moment I shall speak to Sienna. Will you assist me? You returned my sister to me, yet what you tell me now I find devastating. I've come to doubt that I can judge her fairly. I'd far prefer to learn you're mistaken, Geralt.
I'm not. In fact, I'd recommend you be particularly careful around her.
You exaggerate, Witcher. She is my sister. I know well how to speak to her.
If my presence will help in any manner, of course I'll stay.
We shall now question a person implicated in the murders which recently ravaged our fair city of Beauclair. Captain de la Tour, show Sylvia Anna in.
I want there to be like fucking. I feel bad. Because I feel like Sienna might have learned her lesson, but she's also a very manipulating bitch. So, we might have chose the right thing. Just, it feels wrong. Oh, yeah, brought in more guards. I like the big plate armor. Just 2? There's no one behind her. She could just run away. plate armor's heavy as shit.
The Witcher will take part in our talk.
Okay, she doesn't have
That
anything
chest
behind her
requested I
back.
be
I don't like her
present.
hand back there.
You have committed crimes.
They should be locked.
Grave crimes. Yet you are my sister. And my heart does not allow me to treat you as a common criminal. Nor does it let me believe you sought my demise. My heart yearns to know you were swayed by the monster Dettlaff. You yourself would never stoop so low. Thus I have asked Geralt to advise me. As one impartial, I shall now hear what he has to say.
I really don't like that there's no one behind her. She's guilty. I mean, the criminal justice in me, I have to go with she's guilty. Because even if she feels pain, it doesn't justify what she did. It's she's guilty. Yeah, we have to. My morals hold me to this.
Sienna's guilt is clear. None have cause to doubt it. But before you decide, you should hear her out. The right to a defense is hers, as it applies to all who stand accused.
Oh,
What is he
I'm
talking
very
about,
happy
Sam?
with that.
You know
Oh, I'm
exactly
happy
what
with that
I
answer.
was forcibly exiled, remember? To your benefit. You knew well the throne would then be yours, though I was the elder. The ministers I can understand. They'd hated me since I was a child. Thought me a poor prospect for the wife of a duke. I even understand our parents. I'd always sensed the problem. They simply feared me, for I dared
See,
to be
guards
free.
should be behind her.
That fabricated curse, it fell into their laps. A gift from above that brought relief. But you... Your dagger hurt most. You were my Honorietta, damn it. My darling little sister. Now do you understand, Witcher? She betrayed me.
It does not excuse your crimes.
Claim to understand them all? Why'd you come back for revenge? Have them all cut down then?
They deserved my vengeance. They detested me, all of them, as long as I can remember. But Honorietta understood me. Once. She was all I could cling to.
The
Her
guardman doesn't
betrayal
have his
hurt
sword
the
on him.
most.
The guy with the clash.
You were children then. You and your sister both. Had no control over what happened.
You're
I'm
wrong,
glad we're
Witcher.
talking this
She
out
had
and they didn't just
control.
hang her right there.
Remember, dear sister, the day they banished me from the palace? Of course, I'd had the idea to pelt the Nilfgaardian envoy with fish bladders, which we filled with rancid suet on a lark. And which you set afire at the last, to impress me, I imagine. And I admit, you did. Hit him right in his hideous bald patch. Never laughed so hard in my life. But when it came time to find the culprit, you said not a word. I took all the blame and all the punishment.
It's true. I did not stand up for you. I was too afraid.
The council was unanimous. They listed all my offenses. My flights from the palace. Supposed acts of cruelty. Inappropriate friendships. They cast me out. But you, the only one to understand me, you cowered in a corner, lifted not a finger to help. Not before, not after. You never tried to find me.
That's not true. I searched for you. Sent out knights, gathered tidings from without. You did not wish to be found. Since the day you vanished, I have lived with the knowledge that I failed you. I'm sorry, dear sister.
Don't get
Can you
close,
forgive
please.
me?
Ma'am. Please don't stab her. Please don't stab her. I feel good if they're making up. If she stabs her right here, I'm gonna feel horrible though. Oh, thank God. It does not excuse what she did though. I truly am sorry. I'm glad they could make up, but it doesn't excuse her crimes. As callous as that sounds, it's true. I mean, you have to accept that. Just because you feel bad about something doesn't excuse you from it. Neither does not knowing it, and neither does drunkenness. Like, one of the first things we learned in criminal justice is ignorance is not a defense, nor is drunkenness. So yeah, if you're ever in a legal battle.
All in all, best part of the whole ceremony? It was short.
Perhaps for you, as you ducked out early. The others are probably just getting started. The drunkenness never ends in this quaint realm.
Not so fond of Toussaint after all, are we?
Oh, this place is like a strong wine, Geralt. Good in small sips.
Hmm.
How do you find my personal brew? Not too strong?
Just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna diabolus variety for that. The tubers which grow in this area's volcanic soil have an altogether unique flavor profile and display a remarkably uncommon dark brown tint.
Fascinating. All I can say is this batch turned out excellent.
Indeed. It might be wise to stockpile some roots for the future. Would you care to accompany me?
Right now in the dark?
You decide to go root picking now? It's dark out.
Geralt, even were I generously to assume it had simply slipped your mind that I am a vampire and thus need no light to see, I never believe you had also forgotten that you likewise have absolutely no trouble seeing in the dark. So, shall we?
You know what? You are my very good friend.
If you think it's a good idea, let's go. But I think you might be forgetting one thing. Fresh mandrake root of this variety is highly toxic, even to a witcher.
Ah, not a problem. I never forget matters of safety and hygiene in alchemy. Here, gloves and a mask. Don them, and you shall be in no danger.
Thanks. Right then, let's go.
Oh, put on mask and gloves. Okay, I will put on the mask and gloves. Oh, they're in quest items, apparently. I'm assuming. Mandrake gloves. And... yes, I know, I carry way too much crap. I am aware. Where can I put the face thing? Oh. I'm a doctor!
Oh, so dreamy.
Penny for your thoughts. Let me guess. Succubus twins?
No, I was thinking about... oh, how anything can look interesting when properly lit.
Even an old necrophage corpse?
You've not an ounce of refinement in you.
Oh. Yeah, we'll loot a dead body, I guess. I was just looking for some roots. Oh, there's one. And there's another.
Now, where'd that bloodsucker go? Won't be easy to track down. He's a vampire after all.
Oh, there's...
Regis!
where the fuck did he go? Why do I have a suddenly bad feeling
Damn
about
it,
this?
where'd you go?
Oh, see? Bad feeling about things. Gonna put this back. Oh, you cannot perform this action dirt, so I have to wear this goddamn... Can I pull a sword? I pulled the wrong sword. Ah! Can I take this goddamn thing off my face now?
Those Bruxae, they called you a traitor.
Alas, We've a very
Do I still have it
simple
on my
code
face?
of honor,
Oh,
we
thank God.
vampires. So simple you might call it trivial. Either one is with us, unconditionally, regardless of the circumstances, or
Won't let it go, will they?
they will not. Fortunately, we've another rule, an unwritten one, and just as trivial as the first. It is neatly summarized in the saying, out of sight, out of mind.
Mm.
That is why I must leave Toussaint. For a vastly long time, most like.
Yeah, I get it.
Let us make for my camp. I've an overwhelming desire to have another drink. Supreme bouquet. Firm, defined beginning. Then develops gently, rising to a startling finish. Don't you think?
Not much of a connoisseur.
Then it is high time you started your education. After all, the Corvo Bianco vineyard is now yours. By the way, I left a gift for you at your new home. On the nightstand.
Thanks. Mind telling me what it is?
A trifle. That will nonetheless be useful should you need mutagens. Incidentally, have you thought about what you'll do with your prize? Shall you hang your swords over the mantle and take to pruning vines?
Noah's made to kill monsters. I'd like to settle down, but I know it's Geralt.
Don't really know yet. Might find the life of a hard-working vintner too tempting one day. Or maybe I'll just stick to the path, go on roaming, staring up at the stars after laying my bedroll at the roadside.
Ah, roadsides, bedrolls, and the sky above. I sense some poetry coming on. Which, of course, brings to mind Dandelion. I can remember a night, not too far from here if I'm not mistaken. We hid in a cave while a blizzard raged all about. Does that sound at all familiar?
How could it not? We just set off to rescue Ciri from Vilgefortz.
Our encounter with Vilgefortz. That is something I do not remember so fondly. But that first stay in Beauclair, far calmer than this one.
Seemed like a land straight out of a fairy tale back then. Its sole problem, cellars too small to accommodate all that wine.
Appearances, Geralt. Appearances, like Mamoons and Dopplers, deceive. So what did become of Vilgefortz?
Okay, this is a choice
Killed him.
thing. I have no idea. Oh, thank God.
Sure wasn't easy, though. What about you? Any idea where you'll go?
Distance is of the essence. I thought I might venture south.
Nilfgaard?
Why ever not? The Nilfgaardians are a modern society. None there believe in vampires anymore. This fact alone could be very useful to one wishing to remain incognito.
Interesting point of view.
I imagine that he can only stay in a place for, like, even if he were to settle down, like, 20 years before people notice that he hasn't died yet. Or, like, that he's not
I
aging.
so don't feel like going anywhere. Sit here a while longer?
Oh my God, it's the end!
So we shall, my friend. We have witnessed, and in fact on several occasions incited, many great and weighty events. After all that toil, I believe we deserve a bit of a rest.
Yes, rest.
That we do.
Oh God, he's looking at me. Oh God, he smiled. Oh my God! It's done. Quick review. Great. Worth the money. This is a doubler from. Anywho, worth the money. Final boss battle was tougher than it needed to be. Definitely worth the buy. If I was Mac, I'd say that. And ring the bell. God, it was good. I'm gonna go back, probably get the vineyard all built, and maybe do a few side quests. But I think I'm good for Witcher for a while. We filmed now, depending on how many this thing made, like 40 some videos to get through this one DLC. And let's just say each one's 15 minutes long. You do the math. God, such good. This game is great. I know sometimes I get pissy at it, but at the end of the day, it's still a great game with one of the greatest DLCs I have played in a very long time. You know, most of the time DLCs feel disconnected and odd from the rest of the game. This felt just right at home. I can't wait to just roam around and maybe do a few contracts here and there. But yeah, if you are still here, thank you. Thank you for sincerely watching this series. It was my first kind of playthrough series, and thank you very sincerely. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave them down in the box, or anything really. Or hit me up on any of the social medias if you don't want to leave it in the public box. I do not make it hard to get a hold of me. And thank you very sincerely. I know this is Boogie's thing, but I love you all very much. It means the world to me that you watch these videos. And thank you, thank you. And as always, have a great one, guys.